I first heard about Serve and Protect Credit Union through my employer, which is North Yorkshire Police, through an email that was sent out from our federation about the pensions remedy and how it affects me when I retire. So credit union has helped me in numerous different ways. So I'm a PC with North Yorkshire Police, and this year I've got 20 years service. I didn't really fully understand, I think as most of us will agree, about what is happening with the pension, what the options are when we get to retirement age, how much longer we should work and all that sort of stuff. And from that webinar, Steve, who was the financial advisor and an ex-cop himself, so has an understanding of where we're coming from, he was exceptional in the way that he explained things, the questions that people asked. He was so detailed in how he explained it, and I did ask a couple of questions because I've been on maternity. I've done a period of part-time working, which actually doesn't affect anything really, or the part-time working affects the pension, but it's very, very minimal, and obviously it's something that I've been worrying about. So that has put my mind at ease completely. I then looked at other webinars that Serve and Protect do. Obviously we are all under the cosh with the managing the cost of living. Everything's going up. I've got 3 stepchildren. I've got my own 6-year-old son. I've got a mortgage, bills, a self-employed partner, which is always a worry with work and bills and things. So it's something that I've been worried about. I have a lot of outgoings, and I've never just sat down and gone through everything since my son was born. So I did the Managing the Cost of Living webinar, and I did do a lot of research. I think it's just in our nature as cops anyway, but it took me down tangents that I did not know would result in the outcomes that I've had, which have been incredible. So there was 10 top tips, including creating a budget plan, review your bank account standing orders, switching to better deals, all that sort of stuff. And as a result of this, I did everything that was on the top 10 list. I have saved £250 a month in childcare fees. I found a government insulation scheme, because my house is freezing, that have, within 2 weeks of applying, have insulated my house for free with silicone beading. It applies to everybody with an older house for certain criteria, which I didn't think that I would qualify for, because both of us, myself and my partner, both work full time. But we do get child benefit, which then classes as a benefit for the qualification for that scheme. So as I say, within 2 weeks of phoning up the company that does it for North Yorkshire, it was done yesterday, and the house is already 10 times warmer than it was before. So already saving on heating bills and the cost of insulating my walls, which I've been told is thousands, and I was eligible for that for nothing. That is as a result of going on this webinar and checking what I was entitled to. I've paid off, or I'm in the process of also paying off my overdraft, which was quite a large overdraft. Again, as a result of seeing how I can do that, it's completely interest-free through a money balance transfer. So I've got a plan in place that every month what I'm saving on childcare pays off my overdraft, which was costing £30 a month, something that we don't always look at and see and rely on. I've never had a credit card, but I have now got one that's 18 months, 0% on purchases, and I'll be using that going forward and transferring that balance as and when it needs to be transferred. So I'm not paying any interest if I need to use it. because obviously at times we do need that safeguard in place. And I've now got a savings plan, and I've taken out that savings plan with credit union. So it really is worth logging onto these webinars and just doing a little bit of research for yourself. So the best thing about being part of a credit union for me personally is the extras that you get with it. So you can save anywhere. We've all got bank accounts. It's not about that for me. It's the insight and advice that I get aside from the savings account that I've got with them as well, which is something I've only taken out in the last month, in line with the payment for the shortfall in relation to the pension. So I'm saving monthly with an interest rate that matches that of the interest rate that we're being charged for the amount that we owe on the shortfall of the pension. So I'm choosing to pay that later. Therefore, I will have that money ready by the time I retire. That's one of the reasons that I've done it, and because credit union have explained it and been so in depth and had all these extras at hand. That's the best thing for me, is the stuff that you get that they put on for us that they don't have to. So yeah, the webinars have been, as I say, invaluable to me, and have really made me take stock and look at everything that I do money wise, and it's actually taken a hell of a lot of stress off my shoulders. I can't explain how stressed and worried I was getting about our money situation, and without actually physically going to see somebody about it. It's all from a webinar, and I've managed to do it myself, which is even better because it's cost me nothing to get that advice. So yeah, that's the best thing about credit union, and I feel a whole lot better from finding credit union.